And clap to the master, guys. We are definitely back again for another reaction on the one and only Mystelics reaction, guys. I'll be doing 2 videos again today, guys. Big up the Mystelics YouTube family who definitely tuned into another vibrations, and all the Mystelics YouTube family I met yesterday, guys. Big up on yourself as well for definitely tuning in to this here vibrations, and of course the newcomers out there as well. Big up on yourself as well for definitely tuning in. There's somebody who actually met me and he said, "Hey, are you the one who my people tend to watch?" I was like, who are your people? How am I supposed to know your people? But then afterwards he told me Mystelics and whatnot, and I said, "Yeah, man, that's me." And the boy was happy and he's like, "Yo, let's take a picture and whatnot." So we took a picture and everything like that, and he sent it to picture. Then he met me again and he like called his people them in the US, and they were like, "Look at Mystelics." People people are easy, guys. I'm just doing videos. Put them out there, and I call it like it is. That's how I see it. I call it like it is. Friend, foe, no matter who, I call it like it is. So that's how we go right there on this here vibrations. But of course, guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. Click the thumbs up button. Click it, guys. And of course, big up all the newcomers out there who have definitely tuned in to the vibrations in this regard. Don't forget, guys, to download the Mystelics app in the later on in the video. It'll pop up on the screen somewhere there or over there, whichever it will pop up, brothers and sisters. Definitely download the Mystelics app right there and then. Now, guys, what you see on the screen is rather interesting, and you know why? Because there's a match for peace, and apparently this is on the DLP team. It seems match for peace about to take place whenever it is. I think it's on Saturday. I can't remember. One of them days that they're gonna be doing this stuff right there. But it's rather interesting that Afi Martin and a number of folks have been working for peace, prosperity, and of course justice. They have been doing this. How come they never joined them? If you really truly want to work for peace and prosperity, wouldn't you join them? True. They have been working for a while. I mean, Magwes has carried even on stage. I'm trying to lambaste those people saying, look, they're working for peace all the time. Well, you are working for, and now you're trying to do the same thing that they've been doing. Even though there have been people who have been taken, they have been writing summons to go to court for nonsense because they walk in. Boy, that is something else. No, this is a match for peace apparently. I wonder, is it a match? Isn't the very wording right there what the Constitution is talking about, or the laws, the law books of Dominica they're talking about? Is it match? A procession? A match? I wish I should have the article. I wish that this is a reaction, guys. So you guys can do the research for yourself. It's not everything I have to bring for you guys. Go and do the research for yourself and look at the article on the protest or marching, whatever it is, right there. Let me know your thoughts in this regard right there, guys. But there's something I want to point out right there. I see that they have somebody in the forefront right there. We have him right there. We have Suki in the building once again, and of course Suki has been trying his best to do his music and what have you, but he has also been ended up in a certain amount of trouble. Somebody actually made something on Facebook, if I recall it properly. They stated that, why are people selling alcohol to Suki? I don't get it. Why are people doing these things? They know he have a certain issue, and it's because he's trying his best to try to fight it. Why are people tending to do these things? Why can't they give him something else? Which I think is a reasonable thing right there. But on the basis of him being in front there, we have a very representative saying they're working for peace and prosperity in this regard. But we have Suki in the building who needs help. He needs help. And of course, they have been performing, but are they helping him? I mean, if you really and truly want to see peace and prosperity of individuals, is peace and prosperity is not just about, hey, let us not fight, please. Let us not fight. Let us kiss each other in the cheeks and like Teletop, boy, look at demonic thing. Teletop is one demonic kind of vibes, boy. Hey. But anyways, guys, yes. So yeah. So what about his health? What about his mental health and everything like that? Bringing him to perform. You seeing these individuals out there. You know he has a struggle. Why aren't they helping him? I know people from overseas are trying to help him. This is why he's even out today. This is why he's even out today. They abandoned him. Now that he's out, they want to use him, which is interesting. I just find it rather interesting. I always say that word interesting because things are very interesting in this day and age, guys. We don't know what common sense. Common sense is lacking greatly in the masses, and the things that actually making sense, they want to say, oh no. The things that making sense are not necessarily the right thing that makes sense, even though it does make sense, common sense. But we should try to find alternatives to try to make this nonsense make sense in the masses. And it's interesting that the people are actually believing the nonsense that is being stated. Just for example, the woman, number question that is asked on the international arena, they're asking, what is a woman? Like, you're blind enough to not see, and they say there's a spectrum. You're foolish. Them people tell me I just be harsh sometimes, but it's foolishness. I tell you, I mean, really, no, it's utter foolishness, utter irrevocable foolishness. But anyways, guys, I went somewhere. Let's come back to Suki. I mean, he needs help. We want to use his talent and skills and whatever because he's known outside, he was accepted outside, and we want to pretend as if, hey, we want him now in DA. But he needs help. He needs help. Why aren't we helping him? Bring him, yes, do his music and what have you. Maybe try to teach him to change his lyrics up a little bit more PG-13 friendly. But I mean, I'm happy to see he's doing this instead of drugs, irregardless. But I mean, if we bring people to perform and they are known to have certain struggles, we should be trying to help them. I mean, isn't that the way it should be? I could be wrong. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. So this is what I had to say on this issue right there. Anyways, guys, yesterday, you guys can definitely find the links of these things in the video description, as well as the second reaction as well. You can definitely check it out a bit later on. But on the basis of these vibrations, guys, which took place yesterday, I heard this part and I thought it rather interesting, rather interesting right there. So let us take a listen to what Lennox is saying in this regard.
So we are not participating in this election.
I remember Lennox saying that, and the same stage in Maho's carried them was still talking about Lennox. There were people sending me videos of Ian talking about Lennox and all those kind of things there. They're not participating. Should you be telling people out about your policies? I don't know, hey guys, but I haven't heard, well, from what I've seen, I don't know if they say it on the stage. Have you guys heard any policies that they're planning to put in place? Or they just want to win elections? I haven't been hearing anything in this regard of people talking about their policies that they're trying to push. Help me out there, guys. I haven't listened to much of this stuff. Maybe you guys have listened to it. Let me know that in the comment box below.
It is not our election. It is his election. Let him contest his election with all the people he has paid to contest elections with him.
Interesting how it works. So you know people are contesting elections. The opposition teams have said no, they're not contesting elections. Yet still you are trying your best to make it look legitimate. But you know what won't be legitimate? Or what will look very suspicious? The amount of people coming to vote. Because I know we've seen a number of persons coming up to see what they can get. You know, you remember the girl shouting, hey, push your hand in your pocket and pull that cool out. They're not here to come and hear their policies, obviously. So you push your hand in your pocket for them to see if they get, for them to try to get some money, or for them to come for the CO. Man just coming for the CO. I mean, I passed Mao yesterday and people were outside just jumping up on a truck. People were literally just outside COE. They don't come and listen to what they hear them saying. So if people have to actually go and vote, most likely, I'm sure that 75% of these people who are inside there would not be going to vote. I'm sure they come to see if they can get a cool out, some free stuff for the CO. That is what they come for. Usually that's what happens in the DLP party, in the DLP things. So it's you know, it's interesting. Let's continue.
It is not our business. We are standing down. We are standing down from this election. We are not obtaining nomination. We are not going to vote. And we do not care if the government is formed tomorrow, Friday, or on the 6th of December. Same difference, same illegitimate government, same rogue administration that has stolen its way into the seat of power.
I mean, all Scared had to do, he talking all the nonsense he talking, and he just talk some irrevocable stupidness on stage about who seen who in candidate and say, but I cannot make it, let me do contest that foolishness. It's only fools that will believe the foolishness of a fool. That is what you call the folly right there. That is the folly, brothers and sisters. But regardless of that, they say that they're not contesting elections. They keep talking about them all the time. But even on the basis of that whole thing right there, guys, you have to understand, but Scary them, you want to go up for your stuff. You want to give them people a chance, and you talking, well, give the people what they want now. I mean, you're talking about the strength and all those kind of things. I remember one of the individuals was saying that on this stage. These links will be in the first comment in the comment box below, guys. You can definitely go on BrBpTV and you can check them out on YouTube. You will see the two clips, the latest clips. one of Lennox and one of the other folks speaking, and he was pretty much saying the same thing. So I don't understand, Scary. Give those people electoral reform. You say use the strongest and use the baddest, the big bad wolf, wolf, come and blow the piggy house down. Well, give those people reform. But no, you don't want to do that because you listen to Antonio Stavans. And he say, well, if you bring electoral reform, that will ruin your election legacy. This is why you called it before elections. Anyways, let's continue. Before you had proper elections. Anyways, let's continue.
But when people attack us, when people try to take from us what is important to us, and in fact...
But before you continue, you know what's rather interesting? There's a free and fair... Lennox them are trying, the opposition teams are trying for them to see, okay, if we can get free and fair elections so that the people can vote for who they truly want. And as a result of voting for who they truly want, it will then determine the true person to become prime minister in Dominica. The people will then have the say. But then people trying to attack people for trying to give them liberation, you know. But that is something else, boy. You're trying to attack the very person that trying to make sure that you have free and fair elections when you cast your vote. Buddy.
Roosevelt Scarrett has hijacked our democracy. Roosevelt Scarrett has been fighting against us, the people of Dominica, and he has been winning.
And that's true. That's a fact.
He has been winning. He has been winning to the point where he can live in a $64,000 mansion.
And he building another one next to it. $64,000 during the time of tropical storm, during the Rona situation, during the Hurricane Maria, and after Erica. You can see these things. The country was not doing well. There's no growth factors in Dominica. Obviously, you know, things not doing well. And instead, the Prime Minister sees this. I remember when Gabriel Christian was talking about Rosie. And he was speaking about Rosie not wanting to stay in certain hotels because he's Prime Minister. And he said, how can I stay there when my countrymen are not doing the best? How can I stay in fancy hotels? So they used to sometimes stay in a little hotel or in a little cubicle, whatever, apartments or whatever. And he used to sleep on the floor and give the other folks the bed to sleep on. Or the chair or whatever to sleep on. It's interesting. But the very Prime Minister now, coming under the very same party of Rosie Douglas, with Ian being a supporter of that. That is a hell of a thing right there. Ian being a supporter of that. $64,000. Guys, a lot of people in Dominica are even making that a year. If you're getting $2,000 a month, Maguisa, $2,000 is a good amount to make in Dominica. I'm telling you. $2,000, 2 times 12 is 24. $64,000 a month to stay in what could potentially be your own house, because that house was apparently built on Melissa's father's land, which apparently was sent to you, sent to all you. How you renting a house on your land? That is something crazy. I don't know, but that's what they say. Maybe they sold it to that person and the person built the thing and then they move into it. But now they're building another one with $64,000 coming to them every month. And people not seeing that yet still they build an apartment for them they cannot own. You get to stay there and you have to hush your mouth. Stay quiet if you talk with throwing you outside. Even Ian himself mentioned that very thing. If they couldn't even afford to pay their little $300 a month rent, he says, Scarrett felt it in his heart, I cannot make them pay it. Even though he's killing the economy as if they are not the ones in charge. Reginald Austri said the same thing too. Reginald said, boy, we have been last for too long. Too long when you have been in the leadership position for the too long that you're talking about. We have been last for too long as if it's the opposition that prevented all your majority seat. Last for too long. With CBI bringing billions of dollars, which of course most of it staying overseas. But it's interesting, guys. It is always interesting when you fathom what reality is giving you and showing you. You've seen it for yourself and you still don't want to make sense out of what you're seeing and then make the proper decisions based off what you actually see. But no, Give me my culotte. Push your hand in your pocket and pull the culotte out, man.
On the backs of the people, the poor struggling people of Dominica, he is winning.
Guys, I forget that. Thank God for you reminded me of that. The people already not doing well. You know they cannot even afford rent. He had not said that, you know, not me. He said the people can't even afford. They can barely afford rent. But yet still you're taking $64,000 from the people. The people who need better roads, schools still down. Better educational facilities. Crying out for the diaspora to send things down when you taking $64,000 a month. You find that making sense? On top of your salary again, me. You getting one of the highest, maybe second to the president when it comes down to public servants. Second to the president. You getting the highest salary. And then you say you complaining when you use Minister of Finance complaining about the taxes you pay on it. Hey, look, kicks in that place there, boy. And that's what they tell the people. We are the people don't see that, no, boy. Well, no, sorry, they seen it, but they just don't care.
He's winning because he has $4.2 billion.
Also, it's $4.2 billion that have been missing. I was saying 4.3. Okay, so my bad, guys. I made a terrible mistake, man. I was off by 1 billion. No, I was off by $100 million. 4.2. So I was off by $100 million, guys.
$4,200 million of your money, our money, sitting in banks overseas from the sale of our citizenship. And he is doing what he wants with that money. He's buying influence. He's bribing people. He is owning and controlling the souls of some of our brothers and sisters in Dominica. He is attacking us.
The man turning family members against family members. I'll never forget the Lapland situation. Never. That one hit me like a thunderbolt. The man staying in grass, boy. In grass, vine taking over the little wall, little thing. The man staying inside. And they build a house for the man brother not too far from him. Less than 50 meters away. Less than 30, 25 meters away. The man staying in the bush. And based off the reports, they saying that they tell the brother not to make the brother come in and stay inside there. So they leave the brother in the bush.
So that he can own and control our resources for his own benefit.
For himself. You think he call election because he checking, boy, that's going to be a free election, free and fair election. No, he call it because he know electoral reform coming. And he doesn't want that to happen because it will ruin his re-election legacy. He's thinking about himself, not you. He's thinking about himself and how much money he can make and probably, and not probably, but he change up those other people so he can control them. That is what happening there. They knew in it. Hey, let me go and tell you. You think I should do that, sir? You think I should do that, sir? No, don't do that. You think I should help that person? No, you think I should do that in the community? I think that would be nice for the community. Nah, man. Just make your money, stay quiet, and just do whatever I tell you to do. Okay? That's all you have to do. Because nothing has been happening in the communities. It's breadcrumbs that are happening. Breadcrumbs to make people think that they're getting something. You don't make the people... Because if you make you give the people food, they're eating the food, they're getting energy. Not true. So you don't want to give them too much food to get too much energy. You don't want to make them starve either. So you give them breadcrumbs for them to be just in the middle. Not too much energy, but you still surviving. That is what is happening in Dominica. Anyways, guys, today is nomination day. You can definitely check this out in the links below or on BrBpTV. Some of all you probably watching all your TV and all you checking why cash school and what not to click and what not, blah blah blah. Anyways, you can go on YouTube and type. Well, you're on YouTube already. Type it in on BrBpTV on YouTube, and you must see these videos. Or these videos, if you on watching on your phone or whatever, you can definitely just scroll down and you'll see the links at the bottom. Click them, man, and you'll get them vibrations right there. Part 1 and part 2 will definitely be there. Anyways, guys, nomination day is rather interesting. So the electoral office individuals, well, one of them sent this for me right there, guys. Nomination day facts. Time for nomination, brothers and sisters, candidates, and this is of course what you need to know. to be nominated, which of course is nomination day. It's rather interesting, some of the things I see there. And I realize a lot of people who I saw saying that they're going up will rethink themselves when it comes down to this thing. Time for nomination. Candidates can be nominated between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. today on nomination day, which is today, guys. What is needed for nomination? Candidates need to provide Form 12 and Form 13 from the House of Assembly Elections Act and $500 cash as a deposit. So when you go there, you have to give $500 cash. So unless the people that nominating you want you to put, you know, Dominicans don't have much money to decide, hey, I might lose that money. Make sure whoever making you go up, if they paying you to go up, make sure they pay for that too. Eh? Okay. Because I hear some people going up and I myself frightened. I thinking, what? True that? All right. Anyways, Form 12, guys. Form 12 is the nomination paper and requires the signatures of at least 6 electors, not 3. Some people will tell me 3. 6 electors who are registered in the same district or constituency and the signature of the candidate. So 6 people, 6 electors from that constituency need to be like the witnesses, so to speak. Form 13. Form 13 is a statutory declaration affirming the candidate's qualification for election. So you have to be there for a certain amount of time. You have to be, you know, what else? Well, a certain amount of time, and you have to be a citizen of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Okay? So that is what they're saying right there. There's, you know, they have to confirm it, which is interesting. But I'll leave that alone. Deposits. They make sure they put it twice. They put it in the second one. And $500 cash as deposit, and they make sure they make number 5 deposit. So number 5 again, brothers and sisters, let me make sure you guys see this thing. 5 deposit, 500 cash, $500 cash. I wonder if it's EC or US or yen. Ha! You can beat that, you know, if you be $500 yen and say, hey, you didn't specify. Anyways, $500 cash must be deposited by every candidate on nomination day. Not some, not, oh, we'll take it on credit now. Oh, give me on credit now, please. Not so. So if you lose, then you say, well, I do say, I sorry. All right. Anyways, the deposit will be returned once the candidate presents a certificate from the chief election officer confirming that he or she receives at least 12.5% of all votes counted at the elections. So if there's 100 votes, you need 12.5%. That 5.5% of people, you know, you need 12.5% at least for you to get back that $500. I remember JJ for Portsmouth, he used to get back his deposits because over 12.5. I think last time it was about 22%, 78, yeah, 78, 21, 22. So it was way above that right there from my knowledge. It don't finish yet, you know. We're going to number 6. We're going to letter number 6. I hear somebody saying that. We're going to letter number 6. Okay, nomination day facts. What happens if only the one candidate is nominated in a constituency? If after 7 hours only one candidate is nominated, the returning officer will declare that candidate duly elected using Form 15 right there. So if nobody is staying, I wonder if nobody show up, what will happen? Maybe the person that was there before will have to come back. Anyways, Form 15 is saying is used to certify that the candidate was the only one nominated and will accompany the writ to the chief elections officer for transmission to the president. All right. Why would there be a poll? If more than one candidate is duly nominated, the returning officer will indicate that a poll will be taken on the day specified in the writ right there. Number 9, the polling day. Returning officer will indicate the day and the time and the addresses where the poll will be taken. So that's you know, December 6th if there's an election right there. Notice of grant of a poll. Form 16 is used to give notice, blah blah. Guys, you can read that stuff already. Yeah, easy. Let's move on right there. This is Gabriel Christian, and he had a number of things to say as a result of something that he actually did. Take a listen, guys.
I just want to say that it's cold in Washington, but I have a warm Dominican heart, and I want to send my love to all our people, including those in the government, because it's love that inspires us. So I'm here in Washington, and what we just did a moment ago was we testified to a group of U.S. leaders and Caribbean diplomats, and I want to say we were well received. Democracy in Dominica has the support of the American people and the Caribbean people, and I can tell you the strongest endorsement for democracy in Dominica came from Guyana. The Guyana's ambassador said,
Guyana, by the way, guys, Guyana is said to be overtaking or becoming one of the nations, the highest grossing GDP nations, based off certain things that are happening. One of my cousins have told me that they're also trying to link with a country in Africa. That country has about $12 trillion of potential. That, of course, I think that they're going to be partnering. They're having big conferences and all this kind of something there. So they'll be linking up. Guyana being a supporter of that very thing right there. Democracy in Dominica would say a lot if we did have, you know, true democracy. Anyways, let's continue.
He appreciated the need for democracy in Dominica. He could not make an official statement because he represents his government. And the country whose ambassador walked out was Barbados. He said he couldn't listen to this. He didn't come for this and all the rest of it. So I told him...
Interesting. So I've been hearing people saying that Barbados, St. Vincent and Dominica, Antigua, they're all in the same bed. And as we saw this right there, if Mayor Motley doesn't make any statement based off him walking out and listening to what has been said, if she doesn't make any statement, that'll pretty much prove to people that what they're saying is actually right. If they're saying, because a lot of us are seeing Mayor Motley as somebody that's pretty, you know, she's interesting when it comes down to her thing, trying to do the best by her people and whatnot, putting her people first and everything like that. But if she's in bed with Skerrit, I think that is a very, 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 very bad thing. Very, very bad thing. So the Bajan ambassador walking out when they were speaking about Dominica trying to have a true democratic elections and being a true democracy, you walking out of this? Well, we need to hear what the Bajan Prime Minister have to say about that, because that is a reflection of her leadership. That is a reflection right there. So let's continue.
To tell Mayor Motley of Barbados to listen to the cry of the Dominican people. Do not send Barbadian troops to Dominica to support a corrupt dictatorship. We need democracy in Dominica.
True.
We need electoral reform, so that Dominicans can have a free and fair election. And that's all we're saying.
But today's nomination day, so if today's nomination day and nobody else coming, then free and fair elections, can they cancel the elections afterwards? I mean, can they say, can God just move in Skerrit and say, boy, look wickedness I do in Dominica. Boy, look wickedness. You know what, guys? Let me write to the president and ask the president to take it out. That could happen, eh? Anything is possible, brethren. But sometimes the man hard like Nick. Why is Nebuchadnezzar? Nebuchadnezzar's heart was so hard. He never listened. So God decided, you know what? Okay, you want to be hard? Okay. God make the man go and eat the king, you know, keep Nebuchadnezzar. He make him go and eat bush like cow. He go and eat bush like deer. He can eat bush like bear cattle in the field. The king, God reduce him to a livestock. Hey. So play God still.
And we're asking our police brothers and sisters to stand down, ground your arms, do not shoot at your people. Love your people, serve them well. Civil servants, same thing. Do your job well. Don't allow yourself to become a puppet of the Skerrit regime. They're not going to be there forever.
Nope.
The reign of this tyrannical government will soon come to an end.
Yes, indeed.
And they will be called to justice to account for all the monies that they've misappropriated.
I myself say too late right now, eh? It's too late right now. The 1.2 turned into $4.2 billion, really? All right then.
And so I'm saying to all of you in Dominica, my dearly beloved, let's stand firm for Dominica. No electoral reform.
No election.
No elections.
No reform, no election.
We're calling on all our friends across the world, in the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, all the democracies, to stand with Dominica and do not recognize this regime if it comes to power through this sham election. We love you, we love Dominica, and we shall overcome. Thank you and God bless.
Yes, guys. So this was Gabriel Christian right there. What are your thoughts on the whole reaction video that I did today, guys? I'm gonna be doing another one. Definitely check it out afterwards. It's gonna be an interesting one right there, guys. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications so you can get the videos as they tend to come through right there. And then I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom, bang.